Hello, how are you today? It could be morning or sometime in the day or closer to evening when you're watching this. So I hope you have a nice day or have had a nice day. What if I spoke to you about an experience I had when I visited a school as a chief guest? The reason being, when I wore this sari today, I recalled that experience. I was asked to speak to the parents on a particular topic of parents being loyal to the school. So I was wondering where that was coming from because everything about the school seemed fine from outside. The school had enough number of children coming and going. It had all the programs and various opportunities for all children to perform. The teachers were seen running around, managing the children, managing the program. And the program I had gone to attend was of KG to primary children. Okay, so when I went there and I was told by the principal to specifically address about the loyalty of the parents, I did not see any reason for it, so I kept it very general. And then after a few months, I heard from various other sources that the school was actually losing out on various new admissions, and even the ones who had admitted their children at the school were pulling out. One of these things could be that along in Chennai, a lot of new schools have come up, so parents may see a different opportunity. Or is it possible that because of the feedback that they get from the school, from the teachers, the parents feel a little uncomfortable and they feel that the school is responsible towards their children and the school was not doing enough and just collecting the fees? Or what else could be the reason? Well, we can examine the reasons, but finally I heard that the school closed down. So when you look at it as a business, that was not a great idea. So what would you do? Would the teachers have had to compromise for the sake of running the school? Would the principal have had to compromise for the sake of running the school? Would the parents have had to compromise to allow the school to run? What could have worked best for them to allow a growth in an organic way which works best for the students, for the teachers, for the parents, and for the community in general? What are schools for? Schools basically started as education centers, but right now, are they functioning like that? Are most schools functioning like that? Parents have a lot of grievance against schools, the way the schools are giving the feedback, the way the schools are functioning. Teachers have a lot of grouse because the way they are being treated and the way they are being addressed, and there is a lot of monitoring happening for the teachers. I must say I have heard about a lot of WhatsApp groups and the parents asking too many questions in the groups and the teachers are not having time for themselves, time to recuperate, time to rest, time to relax, time to actually pay proper attention to the children who deserve it. And then there are a number of children in the class. A teacher cannot be expected to give one to one with each child in the given amount of time, and she has to cover her subject. Or she may have to overlook the subject and pay attention to the child. So the teacher is also struggling for her balance. The principal is caught between the correspondent and the teachers and the parents and is in a bigger role of who to manage. And in this, there are a lot of politics happening. Somebody goes and says something about someone and then it spreads like a rumor and suddenly it's like a wildfire where everyone's accusing each other and then atmosphere of trust is lost. Oh my God, have I built an atmosphere where you don't want to hear this? Isn't this something that's happening in many businesses in today's times? Leave alone schools. In many businesses, this is something because it's not about machines, it's about the human element. Where there is a human element, there is a scope for misunderstanding. What about the scope for understanding? Yeah, what if we all started to understand each other? What if we all started to question where is that coming from? Where is what? Something that you heard. What if we all started to question where is that coming from? I have begun working with schools and more importantly, those people who are in the leadership position in the schools, to work with them to find out their best possible or optimal solutions which can work for them and their team, and so it percolates down to even the children, because finally the children are learning by observing. You may teach them, we may do all the things that we need to do for them, but there is something called the children observing us without us telling them to. And that is exactly where the children also learn from us. Whether they want to or not, they have observed it. They may not practice it, but they have observed it. So, as a coach, as a transformational coach, this is where I come in. I come in and join hands with you, work with you shoulder to shoulder, partner you, and enjoy the business of working, making work a pleasure. I am Kamini from Kamini and You. I am your transformative life coach. Thank you for listening.